Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today I have the 2021 Hyundai Creta. Now the variant which you are looking at is the SX Executive trim. Now this is a very interesting and a unique variant that Hyundai has come up with. Now Creta is actually a car that needs no introduction at all. It has been an ever popular car since it was launched. Now the reason for the popularity is quite obvious. It actually started a whole new segment. It's a 5-seater, no doubt, but also it has a size of an SUV. Definitely not a full-size SUV, but still it has that imposing stance, making it a quite sturdy car for your long drives as well as compact for your city drives. Now this is the all new generation and comes with a whole lot of new features. We'll go through them throughout the video. And why is SX Executive trim a unique variant that it's actually surprising that a manufacturer is coming up with such kind of variant? What are the differences between the SX and Executive trim? We'll go through that, and there's also a price difference. Now this variant is about almost 80 to 90,000 less than the standard SX variant. So what are the features or what are the options that this car doesn't have that makes it cheaper? We'll go throughout the video. So watch the video till the end because it's going to be a very comprehensive and detailed review where I'll be side by side comparing this to SX as well. So you don't miss out on any of the differences that these two cars has. So overall, giving a general introduction about the competition first. Now Creta competes with the likes of Kia Seltos. Now we have a newly launched Kushaq as well, and even the Volkswagen is coming up with their next SUV. So these are the major competitors, the exact segment. But when you ask in terms of price, this car competes with a lot of rivals like Harrier, MG Hector, MG Hector Plus, in fact the Safari as well as the Alcazar. At some point their prices do clash in the top end variants or the lower variants of their cars. So in terms of pricing, this segment has just filled with a lot of cars. So let's start with the technical specification of this particular car. So first, speaking of the Executive trim, now this is offered only in two choices, that is the petrol manual or the diesel manual. So the petrol manual produces around 113 bhp and 144 Nm of torque. This is the petrol variant which you are seeing, and the diesel has the same amount of bhp but a 242 Nm of torque. You don't get any turbo variant for the Executive. And speaking of the dimensions, now this car has a length of 4.3 meters, very similar to the Seltos, and a height of 1.6 meters and a width of almost 1.8 meters, making a perfect choice for your short city drives as well as long highway drives. And speaking of the ground clearance, we have 190 mm of ground clearance over here. So at the front, we have the same headlights that you get on the SX. These are the all LED unit. We have the tri-element tri-LED units. These two are for the lower beams and this one is for the upper beam, and this is your traditional DRL. And you get the same chrome finish that you get on the SX with the gunmetal insets right in the middle. And down we have the fog lamps with the turn indicators, as well as you get the skid plate down there. And plus below it we have a engine protection cover as well, which is a good thing. Every manufacturer should give that. So overall from the front it is exactly the same. At the side we have the same alloy wheels that you get on the SX variant. There's no difference. On turbo we get the dual tone, but on the SX we have the same. Now this section happens to be 215 section. Again the size is also same. Overall if you look from the side, it is same. You won't find any difference unless you look very carefully. Now the one thing which you would notice a difference from SX is the door handles. On SX we get the chrome door handles, but here we get the body colored. So there's one difference on the exterior. These are the auto fold ORVMs that also get the puddle lamp right over there. For timing, just let me switch off the headlights. Overall sideline is also similar, and most of you know that Creta comes with this dual tone sort of finish, not exactly dual tone. Dual tone definitely you can opt for the roof, but here you get this contrasting element that just runs till the back. And then coming at the rear, it's very same of the SX what we have seen. Everything is exactly same. In fact, here we also get an camera, and down below we have the same aluminum brush finishing. So from the exterior, no difference except from the chrome door handles. You even have the wiper as well as stop lamp. So overall, it's very similar from the exterior. No difference at all, only the chrome door handles are different. Here we get the shark fin antenna, and here the USP of the Creta, that is the panoramic sunroof, and this is the spoiler which comes standard in all the variants. Without it, it wouldn't have looked nice. That Hyundai has taken care of to add that sporting element. So overall, now I have showed you what is the difference from the exterior. Nothing as such, only the chrome door handles. But now if you wonder why this car is priced 80 to 90,000 less, then the main difference comes inside. Now being SX, it carries that SX badge. That means it has to offer a whole lot of features that it does, but also it misses on one of the key and important features that we'll check out once we are in the interior. Now this was all about the exterior I have shown you. Just before going to the exterior, I'd like to highlight the boot space. It's a normal release. So this is the 433 liters of boot space. Now here are some accessories, and if you just lift this one, here you get the alloy wheel, the spare tire. I mean, it does not come with alloy wheel. It's a normal steel rim, as well as you get one lamp in the boot. Overall, pretty big boot, and if you want to fold the seats, you can fold in the 60-40 ratio. This is the 40 and this is the 60, and the boot space has to be exactly similar with the Kia Seltos. Now let's go and check out the interior. Okay, so starting with the interior, first have a look how the overall layout looks like. So right, starting from the door, here we have the controls for your power windows. They are not one touch up and down. Only for the driver side you get one touch up and down, and your controls for your ORVM. If you want to adjust for left, just select it to left, and then you can adjust through this joystick like button. And if you want to lock it, you can even, if you want to fold it, you can do that. You can just see they have been folded, and this is for your central lock and unlock. Overall, decent door finish. You would not expect soft touch finishes at this price point. A big bottle holder, you can easily fit 1 liter of bottle over there without any problem, and some space even here. If you want to just store your coins and all that, you can do that. So coming on to this, now this is your main MID or instrument cluster. It's an simple one. It's not the SXO to get the digital one. In SX also we have the similar, so there's no difference over there. Just let me turn on the ignition. You get the start stop button as you get on the SX, so again no difference over there. So it comes into life. Now one key difference or the feature I would say is the speakers. So now this car comes with 4 speakers. They are the standard 4 speakers. You don't get Bose speakers as you get in the SX, and there are 6 speakers. These are only 4 speakers, so one of the key main difference. And overall, your controls for your wiper and the headlight. Now headlight also has automatic headlamp function, and quite nice throw during night times. Obviously it is LED reflector based, so it will have a quite powerful and wide throw. Here you have the AC vents and as well as ambient lighting. The steering wheel is same. Here you have the controls for your infotainment system as well as your cruise control. You can control it from here, and from this set of buttons you can control that small MID, which is also same. No difference between SX and this executive trim. Now this is what the main difference is. Here you can see there's no infotainment system over there. It's just a plain black area. Now that is what actually Hyundai is charging for. Now this price is like 80 to 90,000 less compared to SX, only because of this. Now this is actually the heart of the car. In today's modern car, we all need infotainment system, and Hyundai has skipped it in this variant. But one good thing is that they have still given all the wirings and connections for it. Like you have all the buttons to control your infotainment system. You even have a reverse camera, but it won't work unless you install an aftermarket system over here. Now for some it is advantage, for some it is disadvantage. How advantage? Because if someone wants to fit their choice of infotainment system, we have a lot of options in aftermarket systems, so you can have that here. But who wants a company fitted infotainment system which comes with the BlueLink features, you can't get that. So when you don't have company fitted infotainment system, you obviously don't even get the all connected 50 plus BlueLink features. So a big major difference coming over here. This is only like the key important difference in this variant. Just small differences are there that I am highlighting throughout the video, but this is the important one which you should know before buying the Hyundai Creta executive trim. And here we have the automatic climate control. Down below we get the wireless charger and 3 ports. This is your normal and 2 USB ports. This is the 6-speed manual gearbox. And coming on this part, here we have 2 cup holders, pretty big enough. You can actually not only store cup, you can even fit a bottle over there in this one. This is actually little bit squarish shaped, and this is how the key looks. Typical Hyundai key that you found in every car. This is the handbrake. Now in handbrake also you don't get this metallic finish on the knob which you get in the SX. Now the center console is same, armrest no difference, pretty deep but not exactly very wide, so enough to store your small things. And if you opt for the top end variant, so even you get a touchscreen air purifier over there, and this is your ambient light. So everything is same in this variant except for the infotainment system, which is the heart of the car. Coming on to this, now this is the IRVM. Now in SX we get the auto IRVM, but here we don't have auto. Here we have this manual one, because obviously there's no BlueLink, so you don't get SOS and all such of buttons over here. So you need to go with the manual one. And now coming on to the main thing, here we have a panoramic sunroof, a giant panoramic sunroof extending till the back seat. All the controls are given over here. If you want to just close the sunshade, you can do that. Let's open it, and if you press 2 times, it opens the sunroof as well. And this is your glass holder. So now you can see the sunroof is open, and it opens actually quite big. So that's a good thing about it. And just press 1 time and the sunshade closes with the sunroof. It closes only till half, so you have still this one, and finally it closes completely. So this was all about the front. I have shown you the difference, and now let's go and check out what is the difference in the rear. First of all, there is a difference or not, we have to find that out. So starting with the rear door, It's almost similar to the front, the fit and finish, but one addition is this sun blind, which is a really very beneficial things in Indian climatic conditions. And being the executive trim, it's a good thing that Hyundai didn't skip on this part. Same, you get the aluminum finishes, door handles and a cup holder. Now you have some accessories right over there. You can easily fit a bottle of 1 liter over there without any problem. And overall, this is how the rear seat looks like. Now the front seat is adjusted according to my height. For reference, my height is 5'10". So we'll check out how good is the leg space according to this height. So getting in and out is easy. Overall, 190 mm of ground clearance does not create any problem. And once you are in, so this is the amount of leg space that you have on offer for a height of 5'10", which is really good. Even if you are 6 or 6'2", you will be comfortable for long journeys. And the seat incline angle is good, not too upright, not too inclined. It's a perfect. And cherry on the cake is this. This is the pillow, which is very comfortable when you sit in. Now in video it may not look like as useful feature, but once you just sit in the back seat, this pillows make the experience whole lot better. Overall, good cushioning, not hard as such. Speaking of the features available, you have this same white LED that you get on SX. You can just one touch on or off. I have showed you the sun blind already, and here we get the 2 AC vents. You can adjust the direction and a USB port and some storage to keep your phone or some other small things. And this is the actual USP I have mentioned of the Creta panoramic sunroof. And the real fun is from the rear seat. When you are sitting, you can just look at the sunroof, and especially during the night times, it is fun looking at the city lights out from here. And literally it extends all the way up to almost headrest, just a little bit gap between the headrest and the sunroof. So pretty big, pretty decent, and it opens till the half as I have showed you already. Overall, this is how the rear seat looks like. You have control for your power window and some storage spaces as well. So this was a complete detailed review about the Hyundai Creta SX Executive trim. Now let's go out and I'll share my final verdict. So this was the detailed review about the 2021 Creta SX Executive trim. Now if you're not keen on the infotainment system, then you can obviously opt for this variant. But if you really want all those tech and gizmos, including the Blue Link, then I'll suggest you to wait for the SX variant. It is not discontinued, it is still in production, but the demand is so high that Hyundai actually brought this variant to compensate for that demand just by reducing the price by 80 to 90,000 and removing that infotainment system. So overall, a good variant for those who really aren't into that infotainment system thing. You get panoramic sunroof, you get wireless chargers. So overall, pretty decent equipped variant. LED headlights, tail lamps, automatic climate control, airbags. So yes, a good variant I would say for those who don't want that. But if you really want all the features and techs and gizmos, then go for the SX, wait for it. It's worth waiting because the infotainment system which comes from the company is always better than what actually you get from the aftermarket. Even if you're paying 50 to 60,000 in aftermarket, still the company's infotainment is always better any time. So thanks for watching. This was the complete detailed review. As always, thanks for your support. Drive safe, wear your seatbelts. Thank you.